Oh boy, what did I get myself into? What's happening, guys? This truck is well, gonna get two new injectors actually. It is an 03 F250, I think, 6.0 Powerstroke, and it's got a really bad miss, and we're gonna put some injectors in it. So here's a startup of it. Now, you can hear the turbo. I don't know if you can, but I can hear the turbo works, and you probably can't tell, but it is misfiring right now, and it's really bad. I already test drove this truck, and the steering on this thing, I mean, you could like just fling it around, but that's a little weird. So anyway, I already test drove this truck. A kid I know wanted to buy it, so he wanted me to go look at it for him. And anyway, he already knows about the injectors, and I told him, oh yeah, you know, we'll just put in a couple of injectors and she'll be good to go. He got a pretty good price on this, I think. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get this in the garage here and start tearing it apart. Alrighty, now this truck does have 183,000 miles on it. It's two-wheel drive. It's 03, like I said. Go ahead and let you guys listen to this thing. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell in the video, but it does have misfire, and it is a lot worse when you put it in gear. So, the codes were scanned, and it had a number 5 injector code. Like, it had 3 codes for the injectors, well, for the injector for number 5. So it's definitely not working. And now I didn't scan this. Somebody else scanned this, so I'm going off what they said. And I guess number 4 was like half-assed working, if that's what you want to say. Now, a lot of people look at this engine and go, well, how can anybody work on that? You can't even get anything. People, this is easy compared to a 6.4 or 6.7 for that matter. I think a 6.4 is harder to work on than a 6.7. But anyway, it's really not that much to take off. It's just like some bigger pieces you got to take off first. Intercooler pipe, air box, coolant bottle, and then the fickum, and your valve cover is right there. Pop that off, get number 5 out. Then over here on the passenger side, I don't even know if you got to take off the alternator, but coolant pipe, or not coolant, intercooler pipe, and the glow plug modular right here. And really, that's it. You might have to take this out. I forget. It's been a while. So yeah, we're gonna pull that off and fire up this heater and get to it. Actually, I do know how to fix this a lot faster. Also, one other thing wrong with this truck is it has an oil leak that is pretty bad. You guys can see that oil? Yeah, that's from only been parked here for a little bit. So that's gonna need addressed. Alrighty guys. We're under the truck. There's the bell housing. And it's all oily. Now this is leaking from the driver's side. And if you can see all the way up there, there's oil, and it's on the back of the engine. So I'm gonna say it's the the IPR valve. It's probably leaking oil, and or it's the high pressure oil pump cover, or maybe a turbo drain or something like that. So looks like we might be pulling off the turbo also. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this, and I'm gonna be leaving here soon to go eat some supper. So hopefully we can get something done. Alrighty guys, we're draining the coolant right now. Got the coolant bottle out, thickum out of the way, air intake. Just got to remove the thickum bracket and pull off the valve cover. Alright guys, so we got the driver's side valve cover off. And I gotta say, this has a really funky smell to it, and I'm not sure what it is, but it's definitely got a weird smell, like the oil doesn't smell right or something. So it'd be this cylinder right here, that injector, that harness. That'd be cylinder number 4, because this side is all evens and the passenger side is all odd. So I guess we're gonna go ahead and pull off this oil rail and get that injector out of there. Now, I didn't video taping this off here, or taping, oh, long night, getting this off. This is your oil rail for the oil, I guess, to go through and fire your injectors, and this is the oil line. This goes down on here in this little plastic piece. You just got to push that up and then pull this out, and that's how you get it out, which it won't come off all the way until you fully unbolt this oil rail. You can just get they have a special tool to get this off. Just take a flathead screwdriver, pry it up real gently and hold it up, and then keep working your way around it to pry it up, and then also keep pressure on this, pull it back. Don't bend this line. You could break it right here or really anywhere, and if that happens, then you're going to have a high pressure oil leak causing misfires or no start condition. So just don't bend this. Make sure you take this line off. Don't try taking off the oil rail and just moving it out of your way. Take this off. It's not that hard. Another 30 seconds. Mexican. Funny story, the kid texted me and he's like, hey, have you taken out number 4 yet? And I said, no, I'm about there. And he said, yeah, I think it's cylinders number 5 and 6 and not 5 and 4. And I was like, oh, okay, well, at least you'll let me know about 10 minutes soon, because within 10 minutes, number 4 would have been out also. But anyway, glad we got that straight. And then he was a little confused, and luckily the guy who owned it before him wrote it down what cylinders were bad. So we got that straightened out, and praise the Lord. I sent him a picture, of the progress, and it made him remember that it was 5 and 6. So I'm glad it was that, and I didn't get it all done, and it still had a misfire. Alrighty, now this is actually the next day. After dinner last night, we went somewhere else, so I didn't come back and have a chance to work on it. So we're back to where we left off. Gotta take off the oil rail, and then we'll go ahead and pop out number 6 injector, not number 4. Alrighty guys, got the oil reel out and got number 6 injector out. These injector harnesses, they've got these tabs right here on the side, one right here and one right there. You got to squeeze these in and then kind of wiggle it out. They make a special tool for this, but a lot of people don't have it. I mean, you can order it off the internet, but just take a 19mm socket and it'll slide over these and kind of push them in. Put pressure down the socket, take a pair of pliers, grab down here, and just kind of wiggle it back and forth till it comes out. Make sure your O-rings stayed on here, and also your copper washer on the very end. Don't know if you can see it a little bit there. Just make sure the copper washer's on there, not in the head. Because if you do go to put a new injector in with that copper washer, the old one's still in there, you're going to have some big problems. So, anyway, I don't see anything wrong here with the wiring, but the injector wasn't working. So, now time to take out number 5. Also, one other thing, the hold down bracket and bolt here, this is a T40, and using a long shank T40, otherwise when you're trying to get this out, you could crack your new harness, or well, let's say it won't really matter about your old one, but your new one, your socket will crack this harness here, the solenoid. So let me find it. Just pick up one of these. It's a long shank T40. Otherwise, this part right here will crack that solenoid. So this will make sure that won't happen. Well guys, this is like the next day, and I didn't video it, but I did take the turbo off because the ICP sensor was leaking oil. And like I said, I think in the beginning of the video that it had a real bad oil leak. Well, it was leaking really bad. So went ahead and pulled off the turbo. I did not video any of it. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but it happens. So everything's apart. I'm waiting on parts. None of it will probably be here till like Thursday, I would say. And today's Tuesday, so we got a couple days. And I also got some parts ordered for this truck, and I think some actually came in the day, or one of the parts. I ordered 2. So might be installing those, making a video about it anyway. If not, then you'll see it in another video. So anyway guys, stay tuned for the installation of 2 new injectors and an ICP sensor, and hopefully the truck will be running good. See you in the next video.